Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on this channel, where today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build a Discord bot dashboard with Flask. So yeah, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so yesterday I showed you guys how to integrate a database with a Discord bot, and this is sort of what we came up with, except that I brought the Flask application and the Discord bot application together, so now they're all in one. So as you guys can see, we are using multi-processing with Flask app and the Discord bot. Alright, so the first thing we should actually do is actually grab our token since we haven't set up the bot yet, so we can go ahead and do that. All right, now we're going to create our bot object. So it's going to be bot is equal to commands.bot. We're going to set the prefix to plus. We're going to set the intents to discord.intents.all. All right, now we can go ahead and create a bot event. So we're going to type bot.event async def on ready. We're going to print bot has been connected to Discord. All right, now we can go ahead and run this just to make sure everything's going smoothly. And as you guys can see, our Flask application is connected. There we go. It is online. Obviously, we're not going to be able to tell because it was already running on another instance. All right, now to actually test this, we can go ahead and add a new command. So we can do a bot.command sync def test. Context is a parameter, and we're just going to do await ctx.send. And now if we do plus test in here, we should get test command. All right, now we can actually get started on the website part of this. All right, so if you guys are unaware of how to use Flask, basically it is a website development tool in Python. So what we can do now is we can go in ahead and type at app.root, and this is basically what our URL is going to be. So if you want it to just be nothing, we can just put slash, and we can type in a function name. So we're going to go def home because this is going to be our home, and we can just say return whatever. So this is what is actually going to be displayed on the web page. So say we type in welcome to my website or welcome to the dashboard. So if we go ahead and do that, now as you guys can see, we have a local host with the port 5000. So if we go ahead and go up there, we go localhost port 5000. As you guys can see here, we have welcome to the dashboard. Okay, next what we can do is actually create a template to render instead of actually just returning it here. So we can go ahead and create a new folder. We're going to call it templates. And in here, we're going to create a new template. We're just going to call it home.html. Essentially what this is doing is we're going to be able to render an HTML file and the Python file instead of actually just returning. All right, so what we can do here is say we wanted to say welcome to the dashboard, and we're going to go and say return render templates home.html, and it's all running and everything's good. We can go ahead and open this up, and as you guys can see, we have welcome to the dashboard center. So if we go ahead and right click inspect element here, you guys can basically see what we're working with here. What we're going to do now is display all of the servers or guilds that the bot is in on the dashboard, and the way to do this is we're going to go to the onReady function for the Discord bot here, and we're going to create a new file. We're going to call it guilds.txt, and we're going to set the mode to W+, meaning it's going to create a new file. And we're going to set guilds to bot.guilds. And now what we can do is we can say for guild in guilds file.write. We're going to make this an F string, and we're going to say guild.id and separating it with a colon. And we're going to say guild.name, and we can put a new line in there. And then we're going to close the file. All right, so essentially whenever the bot is connected to Discord, it's going to create a new document called guilds.txt, and it's going to write the data of all the guilds to the file. All right, next we can create a function by itself. We're just going to call it get guilds. This is just going to make everything easy for us. So basically all it's going to do is it's going to open the guilds.txt file with the read mode. It's going to set data to file.readlines. Close the file. We're going to remove the new line for in data, and then we're going to set guild to data, and then we're also going to split it, the colon, because we did add a colon up here, so we can go ahead and do that for in data, and then we can set guilds to data, and then we can return guilds. All right, what we can go ahead and do now is go to the HTML file, and we can say center to servers, and then we can create a for loop. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to say percentage or a modulo, whichever you want to call it. We're going to say for guilds and guilds, another percentage sign, and then we're going to do heading 3, and then we're going to do double brackets. We're just going to put guild.name, or we'll do guild.id first, and then we're going to do guild.name, and then you need to end the for loop modulo end for modulo. And then now what we need to do is we need to actually create a parameter in the render template. So we're going to say guilds is equal to get guilds. The function, we're just going to call the get guilds function. So now if we restart this, everything's running fine. Okay, there we go. Now if we reload this, so we are having a little error here. So I put guild.id, forgot that was just a list, so we're just going to put the index instead of .id and .name. We can go ahead and reload this page, and as you guys can see here, we have our guild ID and src server, and that is this server right here, as you guys can see. All right, next what we can do is we can actually add a filter form to add and remove filters, etc. So what we want to do here is we're going to create a we'll just copy and paste this to make it easier for ourselves. So we're gonna say filter. We're gonna say for filter and filters, and we only need one. It's gonna be filter. So basically the same thing, except now what we need to do is we need to say filters is equal to session.query filters, or is it just filter? Yep, filter.all. So basically this is querying the database and getting all the rows in the table. Now if we reboot this, we should get, oh, okay, we got an issue here. So it looks like it's just putting the object on the web page. So what we need to actually do is we need to say filter.word, because if we go back here and you look at the filter class, you can see that word is column name. So we reload it. As you guys can see, this is the word that is in there. I was just testing this earlier. That's why this is a filter. So what we can do now is we can actually go ahead and create a form. We can say action is equal to, I'll show you guys this in a second. So basically a form here. So action is basically the URL that that form is going to go to when you click the submit button. So we're going to say URL for, and then we're just going to create a new URL. So let's just say it's called add filter. And then we need to go back here to the dashboard and we need to create a new URL. So we're going to do app.root/add filter, def add filter. And we're just going to return nothing for now. If you guys are unaware of the URL for method, basically URL for is just a way of shortening the URL. So it just grabs the URL of any Flask function and it will just redirect to that. What we need to do now is we need to make it so we can add a method here. So we need to add a method and make sure it only accepts the post method, because that's what this is going to do. And we need to do the same thing in the form here. We need to say method is equal to post. All right, now what we can do is we can add an input here. So we can say inputs, we can set the placeholder to Word, and we can set the name to Word as well. And we need to add a button, type submit, and then we're just gonna put submit in here. And we'll say add. So we restart this, go ahead and reload the page. We're gonna have this here. And why don't we make this say add filter instead? So now we have add filter and we have an add button. So what we can go ahead and do with this is we have to make sure we have so we have requests from Flask here. So basically the request method basically just grabs data that's being posted to the server. So here we can say word is equal to request.form.get. And this is by the name parameter. So we're just gonna grab the name, and the name is word. So and then we're going to, why don't we just print the word to start off. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to return redirect. So basically this is just redirecting to the URL for home. So it's just going to redirect. So we're going to reboot the server and we reload here. So now if we type this in, it should just print it out to the console. And there we go. It didn't do anything, but it printed out WRWRW. Let's just test this one more time. .1, 2, 3. And as you guys can see, it prints it out to the server. All right, next what we can do is we can go ahead and actually do something with this instead of just printing it out to the console. We can say filter is equal to filter, word is equal to word.lower, and then we can actually add this to the database. So we can say session.add filter, and we can say session.commit, and then we're just going to redirect back to the home, obviously. So basically this is just adding it to the database, and it's going to show up here because it automatically does that. So we go ahead and restart that. We can type in anything. We can say a bad word. We can say fuck, for example. Go ahead and add that, and as you guys can see, I added it to the filter database. So all right, now we can do the same thing except with deleting the filters. So we can go ahead and do this. We can just copy and paste this. Say remove filter. Say remove filter once again. You can say remove. All right, so now we're gonna go back here. We're just gonna do the exact same thing except with removing it. We're gonna change this. We're gonna change this to remove filter. We can change this to remove filter, and then we're basically just going to get rid of this because it's gonna be doing something completely different here. So the way to do this is we're going to do filters equal to session.query filter class filter by. I know this is confusing because everything is named filter, but filter is just the name of the class, and then this is just a completely different method. So yeah, let's keep that in mind. We're just gonna go word is equal to, let's go word.lower, or word is equal to word.lower. Then we're going to go session.delete filter. Oh, I forgot we need to add a dot first. So this is just going to get the first one that it recognizes. Session.delete and session. So now this is just going to grab the first one that it recognizes with the word is equal to the word. And then it's just going to delete it and commit it. So and then it's going to redirect it back to the home. So if we reboot this, then we go ahead and reload this. As you guys can see, we got the input here. If we go ahead and type fuck and we press remove, as you guys can see, it removes it. And then if we want to remove this as well, we can remove that as well. And if let's say we go and open up the database one more time and we go to browse data, as you guys can see, there's nothing left in filter here. So it has successfully worked. So obviously there's a lot of different things I can do here with this dashboard. Obviously you can make the design look better. These are just a few that I've come up with myself because I thought you guys would be interested in adding a filter, removing a filter straight from the dashboard and connecting it to the database. So yeah, I hope you all did enjoy the video. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, or you can go ahead and join my Discord server down below if you have any questions. And yeah, I hope you all did enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content on this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.